beautiful mozzarella. It's not mozzarella, it's a burrata. It's like more soft inside.
I found myself in the city of Turin, region of Piedmont, during a stopover, and I thought it was a good idea to learn something about the local cuisine. Learning about a place is so much fun when it involves eating delicious local food. Piedmont cuisine in northern Italy is about hearty dishes with a focus on local ingredients such as stuffed pasta, braised meats, and cured hams.
So we're going to the first stop, which is essentially a place which is kind of unique and rare because they sell a traditional Piedmont speciality, like street food. Probably the only place in Turin, one of the few places in Italy that sell Gofri.
Gofri are a speciality of the Piedmont region of Italy. It's typically seen in festivals across the region, but it's somewhat disappearing. It's essentially a waffle made of flour and water, and cooked in a special cast iron griddle, and then topped with a variety of local cheeses and cured meats. This small family-run business in Turin is one of the very few left serving this regional delicacy.
I've actually read that Gofreria Piemonteisa is actually the only place in Italy that have its own mill with millstones to produce their own flours. So this is, even the flours, it's their own product. As you can see, we have got two different types of, well, you can call them waffle if you want. They're not exactly waffle, they're much more thin and crispy. One is called miasse and it's made of corn dough. One is the Gofri, the original one, the one that looks like more like a waffle. And it's basically made with turkey ham and arugula. There's actually also artichokes inside. Looks super thin. Cheers. There's a artichoke paste inside, so beautiful. The turkey ham, extremely delicate, but yeah, it's just like a very simple kind of sandwich or waffle. Simple and extremely friable and light kind of dough. The second one is called miasse and it's pretty similar, but it's made of corn dough, and inside we have got lardon and cheese. It's again another speciality, hidden cuisine of Piedmont region. I think this is the winner. The corn dough is nice and crispy. Inside you've got this kind of, a very fatty overload of the lardon and the cheese, savory and kind of salty, very salty. The combination of lardon and cheese make this very salty, actually. Really good stuff. The next place I wanted to show you is this place called Pur Manger. They're also called the Potato Man, just because they are known to serve jacket potato. And jacket potato isn't really something common in Italy, but the owners, essentially they came from Edinburgh. They were Italian people living in Edinburgh, and they fell in love with jacket potato and they wanted to bring it to Italy. And so they introduced this British speciality in Turin, but obviously with an Italian twist, using hams and cheese from the local region of Piedmont. And it's located in another beautiful alley in the city center of Turin, and right behind us there's actually like a food market, which is really cute. And I also have ordered some half liter of Piedmont wine. And the way I've ordered my jacket potato is by having some raw ham, olives, and burrata cheese. So burrata is like very similar to mozzarella, but more prestigious, if you will. We got some fresh bread as well, and that's our starter with raw sausage, Piedmont sausage, valerian roots and leaf, and grana cheese. Actually, the first thing that I want to try is the sausage, so I'm going to grab some of this sausage and the valeriana and the grana cheese as well. It's raw sausage, I mean, it's not for everyone. Some people may be put off by this thing, but It tastes like it's supposed to taste. Like, imagine eating raw sausage. But it's nice and peppery. It's not spicy. It's just like sweet sausage. The beautiful potato, it's absolutely packed with raw ham, prosciutto crudo, as we call it in Italy, and this beautiful mozzarella. It's not mozzarella, it's a burrata. It's like more soft inside than a typical mozzarella. It's got this kind of inner heart, almost like runny milk, if you think about it. And the outer layer is more like similar to a mozzarella. I'm gonna put this beautiful burrata cheese into my piece of bread. I know I'm supposed to eat this with the potato, but I think it's just want to try the pure burrata first on a piece of bread. Burrata is just on a different level. Just the pure milk inside, like it's pure satisfaction. You can see the jacket potato has got the skin. I think you're supposed to actually eat the skin as well. We're gonna grab some of the potato and we're gonna put some of this kind of raw ham slice into the potato as well. There we go. We've got the full bite. This looks beautiful. The raw ham is like a specialty of Italy. Salty, soft texture, very delicate. And it goes really well with the olives and the potato. Yeah, this is just like a very beautiful kind of street snack. We ordered just one for two because, we're eating other things in this tour, but it's amazing to sit down in this street and just feel like in a proper Italian kind of cultural environment. And we are eating British food, essentially.
In Turin, you can still occasionally find those rustic, casual taverns where locals gather to eat regional northern Italian dishes that bring back memories. These small restaurants are called Piola, and they are known for their unpretentious home-style cooking and a friendly, welcoming vibe. The scope of these cozy and rustic eateries is that of preserving the traditional Piedmontese cuisine.
There's not a lot of space inside, there might be like 10-15 tables, and it's really interesting. They've got this kind of menu which is handwritten, and they've got a few starters and then some dish of pasta and some, as we call them in Italy, second dishes, like usually meat that comes after the pasta. And so we've ordered a selection of things.
In just 15 minutes we got our appetizers, which consist of a local soft cheese made from cow's milk and some veal slices and tuna sauce. In Italy you'll find bread and grated cheese in your table regardless of what you order.
Okay, the first thing that we're gonna try is tomino with caramelized onion. Tomino is basically a cheese of Piedmont. I'm not actually very familiar with this. It almost looks like a ricotta cheese. And you've got this caramelized onions on top. Oh my god, I was expecting a texture similar to mozzarella, but this is super dense, almost kind of chalky. It's a very salty cheese, but then with the caramelized onion, which is kind of sweet, makes this kind of beautiful contrast in your mouth. It's a very dense kind of texture, very dense. Buonissimo. And the next thing we're gonna try is vitello tonnato. It's probably one of the most traditional Piedmontese dish. It's made of thinly sliced veal, which is served cold with a top of a kind of a mayonnaise kind of sauce, which is made with a mix of egg yolks, obviously tuna, anchovies, pepper, lemon juice, capes. And you see there is a little bit of salad, cabbage, and lettuce on top. Yeah, it's kind of tuna mayonnaise. It's got a beautiful lemony taste. The slices of veal are also very soft. It's a really nice dish. So we got into the first course, which is made of pasta, and we've got two different types of pasta, and obviously they are from the tradition of Piedmont. One is tagliolini with wild boar ragu. Imagine like a bolognese made with wild boar. Absolutely, wow. The ragu, like the strong kind of bushmeat type of flavor of the wild boar. Carrot in there. I can smell the parsley, the black pepper. This ragu looks really nice. And the second dish that we got is agnolotti. They look like similar to tortellini, if you wish, or ravioli. Essentially like a pasta which is stuffed with things inside. No, I'm not really sure what's inside these kind of things, but I think they are made with a sauce of peanuts, butter, and beer. They look quite chunky. Okay, I really want to start with some of these tagliolini. Tagliolini they look similar to spaghetti, but they've got this kind of square texture. We are gonna grab a good chunk. I wish I had like a spoon, because that's how I normally eat. But yeah, let's go. It's kind of pasta like you don't have to chew a lot. It's not that much al dente. A sauce which bases itself on the flavor of the meat, the wild boar, and the sweetness of the carrot, strong flavor of onions as well. But there is no tomato in there. In Italy it's not that frequent, but it is like a white-based sauce. Obviously I'm not gonna leave a single inch of this beautiful ragu with wild boar and carrots. This is really good. Stefano has warned me about these agnolotti because they are particularly heavy. I think they are supposed to have butter and cheese inside. Let's just make sure that we take one of these, and you can see we've got some nuts on the top, and we just make sure that we scoop a little bit of this kind of buttery sauce. Okay, yeah. They are packed with butter and salty cheese inside. It's super yummy, but very heavy. Yeah, they are super heavy, but it's very typical in the Piedmontese tradition to use butter instead of olive oil, as we use in the south of Italy. So like butter is a really fundamental component of white pasta sauces. They don't use olive oil. I'm not gonna hide that we are struggling right now with Stefano, but to be honest, we have arrived to the second course, which obviously is made of meat and potatoes. And this looks like very beefy, chunky piece of pork ribs. And they look fatty and juicy. They have been braised with rosemary as well. And yeah, let's grab a piece. Oh, it's kind of fatty. Yeah. Yeah. I love the ratio between fat and lean meat. Certainly very yummy. They look really nice, but they taste also really nice, but super fatty. They almost look like they are fried, because you can see they are shiny. I think they've been fried in oil. Are they grilled or fried? I don't know. Yeah, so we've just confirmed with the waiter. These are like pork ribs made in the oven with beer.
My friend, thanks for watching this one. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and it's time to leave Italy. I hope we can meet again for some tasty food around the world, wherever that is going to be.